Welcome. From the classic tales by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle to modern adaptations, this quiz challenges your knowledge of the world's most famous detective. What was Sherlock Holmes's famous address in London? Sherlock Holmes's famous address in London was 221B Baker Street, where he lived and solved mysteries with Dr. Watson. In which Sherlock Holmes story does he use the phrase, "elementary, my dear Watson"? The phrase, "elementary, my dear Watson," is never used in the original stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It was popularized through adaptations and movies. Who is Sherlock Holmes's arch nemesis and criminal mastermind? Professor Moriarty is Holmes' brilliant adversary, known for his masterful intellect and criminal network. Which actor portrayed Sherlock Holmes in a 1985 movie involving time travel? Peter Cushing played Holmes in The Hound of the Baskervilles, 1985, a film where time travel plays a significant role. What occupation did Dr. John Watson hold before becoming Sherlock Holmes' companion? Dr. John Watson was a former soldier before teaming up with Sherlock Holmes. Which story features Sherlock Holmes investigating a supernatural hound? In The Hound of the Baskervilles, Holmes solves the mystery of a legendary ghostly hound haunting the Baskerville family. What was the name of the detective agency co-founded by Sherlock Holmes' brother, Mycroft? The Diogenes Club was co-founded by Mycroft Holmes as a gentleman's club and location for government officials, frequented by Sherlock in The Greek Interpreter. In The Adventure of the Speckled Band, what deadly animal was used to kill the victim? A venomous snake, specifically a swamp adder, was used to kill the victim by the antagonist in the story. What code did Sherlock Holmes use to communicate with Baker Street irregulars? Sherlock Holmes used the Baker Street Code to communicate with the Baker Street irregulars. Which famous waterfall does Sherlock Holmes famously survive a fall in the final problem? correct answer is Reichenbach Falls, where Sherlock Holmes famously falls in his battle with Professor Moriarty. What is the title of the first Sherlock Holmes novel written by Arthur Conan Doyle? The first Sherlock Holmes novel written by Arthur Conan Doyle is A Study in Scarlet, introducing Holmes and Watson to the world. What is the singular personal habit of Sherlock Holmes that he believes helps him think? Sherlock Holmes believes that smoking a pipe helps him think better and solve complex cases. Which story involves Sherlock Holmes solving a murder with the use of a love letter? In A Scandal in Bohemia, Holmes solves a murder using a compromising love letter. This story introduces Irene Adler, a captivating character. Name the female opera singer who seeks Sherlock Holmes' assistance in the Six Napoleons story. Rita Lestrade, an opera singer, seeks Holmes' help in the Six Napoleons. Who is Sherlock Holmes' loyal landlady at 221B Baker Street? Mrs. Hudson is Sherlock Holmes' loyal landlady, who takes care of him and Dr. Watson at 221B Baker Street. In The Adventure of the Engineer's Thumb, what body part of the victim is cut off by the criminals? In the story, the criminals cut off the engineer's thumb for a sinister motive. What is the name of Sherlock Holmes' brother who works for the British government? Mycroft Holmes is Sherlock's brother and works for the British government as a government official. In The Red-Headed League, what peculiar job did Jabez Wilson land that was just a ruse? Jabez Wilson was lured into a faux job as a secretary for the Red-Headed League, a front for a robbery scheme. Name the famous detective who is referenced in A Study in Scarlet as a fictional counterpart to Sherlock Holmes. Auguste Dupin is the detective referenced in A Study in Scarlet as a fictional counterpart to Sherlock Holmes. Which story features a cryptic message of "the game is afoot"? In The Adventure of the Dancing Men, Holmes deciphers the coded messages revealing the phrase, "The game is afoot." Who is the author of Sherlock Holmes Was Wrong, reopening the case of the Hound of the Baskervilles? Anthony Horowitz is the author of Sherlock Holmes Was Wrong. He is known for his detective novels and unique storytelling style. Name the undercover disguise Sherlock Holmes uses in The Adventure of the Mazarin Stone to catch a criminal. Sherlock Holmes disguises himself as a reverend to apprehend the criminal in The Adventure of the Mazarin Stone. What is the occupation of Violet Hunter, a client in The Adventure of the Copper Beeches? Violet Hunter serves as a governess in The Adventure of the Copper Beeches. Which Swedish actress portrayed Sherlock Holmes in a 2007 film adaptation set in a modern-day world? Noomi Rapace played the role of Sherlock Holmes in the 2007 film Daisy Diamond. In The Adventure of the Bruce Partington Plans, what significant government secrets go missing? The Navy submarine plans go missing, leading to a complex mystery solved by Sherlock Holmes. What is the significance of the Musgrave ritual in the Sherlock Holmes stories? The Musgrave ritual is a centuries-old family tradition used to find hidden treasure or secrets. Which case is known as The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle and involves a stolen gem found in a Christmas goose? In this case, Sherlock Holmes solves the mystery of a stolen blue gem found in a Christmas goose. Who is the author of the pastiche novel The Beekeeper's Apprentice, featuring an apprentice detective alongside Sherlock Holmes? Laurie R. King is the author of The Beekeeper's Apprentice, introducing Mary Russell as Sherlock Holmes' apprentice and detective partner.